Oh, what's going on, everybody? Z here. Welcome to Starseeker Astroneer Expeditions. Today we are hopping in. We have been given a little early access. The game launches on June 11th. I will have a link down below. You guys can check it out. But this is Starseeker. We are getting into it. We're playing it. We played the test. We played one of the betas. We had a wonderful time. But we are getting into Starseeker. Hopefully you all are having a wonderful day. I'm having a fantastic day. Now I'm going to go over quickly some of the stuff going on here. Now, obviously, this place that I'm currently in is empty because, like I said, we have a little bit of early access to it. So normally, when you're playing, this will be full of other people running around. It's a hub. People will be running around, doing things, playing with stuff, having a wonderful time. So what is the goal and what is kind of like the story going on here so far? So we are on the ESS Starseeker. That is this station, that is this ship, if you will. That is where we're at. That's where all of this stuff takes place. Now, we are an Astroneer. We are a space cadet, and our job is to serve as boots on the ground for the station's planetary expeditions, forwarding the goals of the crew's mission so that way we can do things and explore things and have wonderful times. So we have a couple of people. I'm going to briefly talk about them. Now, when you start the game, you will have a tutorial. You'll have all that fun stuff. Now, since I played the network test, I have some progress that has already been saved. Some of the progress carried over, so I already have a few things. But let's talk about the key people that you're going to run into and how some of this stuff works. So we've got Captain Jupiter right here. Captain Jupiter, obviously the captain. You're going to talk to him about Captain Jupiter things. We have an individual right here. This is Science Officer Cassandra. Again, these are all people you're going to talk with, and you're going to have some missions. You're going to have reputation. You can buy and sell from them as well. But let me just show you where they're at so that way you know. We also have Jam BX over here, which is basically your robot that always wants to have a fun time, fun zone. So, hello, Jam.
Your best artificial life?
I am living my best artificial life. So we have, as you can see, we have missions, but these are all the different people. There's also another one. There's an ensign over here when you first start off, but I'm curious if we got anything else with this ensign. So we've got Ensign Muriel, and currently, there's no reputation, there's no selling and no buying from this individual. We do have missions, though, that pop up from time to time. Now, missions, all this stuff, how does this all work? How does the unlock works and things like that? Because it does a pretty good job of explaining stuff, but it doesn't do like a super great job of kind of like, there's a few questions you're going to have about like, oh, well, how do I get this upgrade? Or how do I unlock this and stuff like that? So let's go back over here. Let's talk to Captain Jupiter, and I'll kind of run you through the tabs. So missions obviously are going to be your missions that you get from this individual. Now, when you get a mission, you may get the first mission we got, you know, we did whatever they needed to. We came back, we completed it, and they gave us another mission. However, you will not get a mission every single time. So say you completed your last mission and you talk to them, there's no other missions there. What you're going to want to do then is increase your reputation. So as you can see, we have reputation with each of these individuals. Now, missions will give you some reputation, but what you're going to want to do is increase your reputation. So for this one, we need 19 whatever points for Captain Jupiter for the next rank. And by unlocking the next rank, there's a possibility to be like a quest there, if you will. So while they might not have anything for, let's say level 1 has 2 quests, maybe level 2 doesn't have any, but then level 3 has a quest, level 4 has a quest, level 5 doesn't, level 6 doesn't, level 7 does, you know what I mean? So you may unlock additional quests, and those quests are important because a lot of those quests unlock key pieces of equipment that you can craft and build and make and explore with. That is the same for all of these individuals.
Would you like more facts?
Now, you're gonna be like, well, how do I increase my reputation if I don't have any missions for them? Well, that's going to bring us into the next thing. Also, same thing with JMBX over there. That's going to bring us into the main thing of the whole game. The whole thing is the task board. So in the task board, you're going to see, let me go ahead and let me just collapse these so you can see them. So we have 3 categories. We have Captain Jupiter, we have Science Officer Cassandra, and we have JMBX. We also have in progress ones, which are ones you're already doing, but these are going to be how you increase your reputation. So for Captain Jupiter, we have these quests that we can take. For Science Officer Cassandra, we have these quests we can take. For JMBX, we have these ones, so on and so forth. Now, these quests and these things, these are going to be planet side missions that you're going to need to do, and then you're going to get, you know, whatever rewards it says. So for Captain Jupiter, it's going to give us 5 points, it's going to give us 10 catalysts and 10 credits for a first time completion. Now First time completion? Yes, because you can do these multiple times. If you run through all of these, you can run through them again and again. There is quite a few different ones, so it's not like you're not going to necessarily be doing the same thing all the time, but you're going to get familiar with what these tasks are asking. But that is how you're going to increase your reputation to get those main quest line things from the main people. Now, once you're doing that, once you're questing, having a wonderful time, there's going to be upgrades you're going to get along the way. So if you're wondering where to get upgrades, so let's say you're like, well, how do I increase my inventory size or my utility size? That's going to be a quest. So for example, I currently do not have the stock size. I have the first upgrade you get. So when you first start, you're going to have 2 utility slots, you're going to have 2 movement slots, and you're going to have these 2 nozzle slots. So with your first suit upgrade, you're going to get 4 additional utility slots and 1 additional movement slot. And then you're also going to get 4 additional inventory slots because you start off with a 3x4. So by completing quests, I unlock that. I got that bigger. In order to craft things, because crafting is a huge thing. This is Astroneer, right? Like, obviously, we're going planet side. We're going to grab resources. We're going to do things. So in order to craft stuff, this is everything. So we have exo keys, empty canisters, all of this stuff. But the stuff you're going to be like really wanting, nozzles, utility mods, movement mods, these are all, again, going to be unlocked via those characters and typically those main quests. Now, they may give you some as a gift. And also there are different type. If you see disposable, so for example, disposable air blast requires 5 resin and 5 compound and 100 bytes. The normal air blast requires 15 compound, 15 resin, 5 catalyst, and 300 bytes. Disposables are only good for 1 run. Even if you have this in your backpack, like you just have it in your inventory, you don't even use it, it will be gone when you finish that expedition. So disposables, they're cheap, they're disposable. These ones right here, these main ones, these are meant to last. Now, if you go down while you are on a mission, which means you're down and somebody has to revive you, it's going to give you a randomly broken slot item. If it happens to break while something is equipped, so for example, if I go into my stash, I'm going to go ahead and equip all of my stuff that I would normally have. If something breaks and I get a red X on one of the slots that one of these are on, they're going to be broken. So when I come back, it's going to say item is broken. However, if it breaks, you can go into here. So let's say, for example, I'm telling you all this before we even get into the game because this is all useful information. If you break one of your nozzles, one of your utility mods or whatever, I believe it's utility mods as well. If you notice, there is blueprint versions. So I can hit change blueprint version and it will say, oh, a broken air blast, compound, resin. So you can fix the broken ones that you have. You don't have to craft an entirely new one. You can fix the broken ones for way, way cheaper. So make sure if you break something, just go fix the one you got. It's easier that way, you know? So that's how you do that. Also, keep an eye out for other things that have multiple blueprint versions as well. So they could be easier for you to craft. They could not be easier. I don't know. So that's how you craft some stuff. This right here is your stash. This is where you're going to store all of your things that you're going to get from your missions. And also, while you're crafting things, you may notice, so for example, let's say I want this water hose. I need 5 aluminum. Aluminum is not a resource you're going to gather while you're on the planet. You're going to gather bauxite. So you're going to have to come over to the refiner and refine it, like Astroneer. We have to smelt it, right? So bauxite, 3 bauxite turns into 1 aluminum. 3 organic turns into 1 carbon, so on and so forth. So here's your whole crafting stuff. This is where you're going to be going out, collecting resources, getting what you need to do what you want. All wonderful things. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's go hop in to an expedition and let's get rocking and rolling because I am so excited. I think that covers the basics. Also, let me go around the stations real quick. So, real fast. We already obviously saw there's a stash thing here. There's printers right here. So printers, there's stashes. Here's your refiners right here. Your boards are going to be over here. Now, this board right here will fold down if there's a community challenge, and you can turn it. You can come over here, interact with this community challenge depot to interact with the community challenge. Here's your task board. This is where you're going to be getting tasks. You can have 4 tasks in your inventory. So if we go to objectives, you can have 4 tasks, and I believe you can have an unnumbered, like missions, you can have like 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. So for example, let me grab some tasks here. So I need knockout bog hounds. So let's grab that one. Scan Stun Brutalist. We're not going to do that one right now. Scan Astroneers while on expedition. I can't because there's nobody else playing. Let's see. Scan Spin. Oh, here. Hit 20 creatures with a water hose. Let's try that one. And then scan null fields. We'll grab that one. And then let's see. Scan bog hounds. So you'll see I can't take anymore. It says you've reached the limit of tasks you can accept at this time. So there's that. Now, there's also squad tasks, but obviously I don't have a squad because I'm alone right now. I'm so lonely. There's no one else here. The station is empty. It's weird. So yeah, there's those. And then also, if you want to track these, so if you'll notice on the top right of my screen, it says let's get clinical. I can go through and I can have up to 3 of these things tracked. If I have any more, it won't let me track anymore. It'll just say you can't. You can only have 3 at a time. So, and you can untrack those as much as you want. But yeah, keeps your screen nice and clear. Now, the other board you're going to be looking for, this one right here, this is your EXO updates. You're going to need this one immediately because the ensign is going to say, hey, go and interact with this board. So there is your EXO updates. Also, there is just random, also stashes, printers, refiners. There's other stuff throughout the station. Now, without further ado, let's jump in. Let's have a wonderful time. Let's get into the actual game. So here's our launch terminal. We're going to go ahead and hop into right now. Currently, the only thing we can select is the wetlands of Tephra. So over time, there's going to be updates. There's going to be additional areas you can land. There's going to be additional planets apparently in the future, all this fun stuff. There's going to be all this extra stuff. But right now, this is the only place we can accept and go and explore. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop in there. Now, if you're playing with a group of people, this is where you could have friends hop in and wait for you or whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and just ready up because no one else is going to join me and I'm going to be solo here. Now, I do believe there is a way to turn off or disable multiplayer. So if you don't want to play with other people, I believe there's a way to do that. I've seen the option come up somewhere. I don't exactly recall where it's at. I recommend if you can play it with other people, it'll randomly have you just join in with other people. I highly recommend it. It's fun. It's fun to see other people out running around, doing things, messing with stuff. You can also help people with their objectives. You can help people doing whatever. So let's go ahead. Let's get planet side. All right. So here we go. We're landed. Oh, I love it. I love the visuals of this game. It looks so good. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited. Let's go ahead. Let's get into this. Let's do this. Okay. So here we land. And like I said, it's going to randomly populate people with you. So if you're online, 2 other people may drop down. Another person may drop down. If you open your map, you may see other people already out here wandering around doing things. Now, I'm going to tell you the very first thing to know when you're here is about collecting resources. Obviously, we have our terrain tool, right? And there's a couple ways that you can collect resources. Well, I mean, it's really only one way, but so like, for example, this is compound. Now, if you're trying to find a resource, you can open your map by pressing either up on a controller or whatever on a keyboard. I'm actually playing on a controller. This game plays very well on a controller. We're gonna do a resource ping and we can see what's here. But if you're playing with somebody and they're like, so let's say you joined in and you saw me over here harvesting compound. By all means, come over here and harvest the compound with me. You don't steal, you're not stealing resources from anybody from helping them harvest it. We share everything. You get what I get. So if you head over to like a large resource deposit and you start mining it with them, I'm going to get the same amount of stuff regardless. So if I mine this entire thing out by myself, I'm going to get, let's just say this whole resource deposit right here would give me 15 resin. I'm going to get that 15 resin regardless. If somebody else comes over here and starts mining it with me, I'm still going to get I'm still going to get the same amount as I would, except it's faster. So if you see people mining resources, go over there, help them. It speeds it up exponentially. And you still get the resources you would have gotten anyways. So you're not like stealing from anybody else, nothing like that. So make sure if you see somebody harvesting resources, go over there, get it. You can take the resources back, throw it in your stash. It is extremely, extremely beneficial to go and mine resources with people. Sometimes if you want to go out on an expedition with a group of friends, you guys could just go on a mining expedition. You could take, if you had 4 people, you could go through and wipe out a planet and get tons of resources super fast. So don't be scared to do anything like that. Everything is shared. You're not gonna steal anything from anybody. Now, some things that are going to be like, so for example, if I come over here and I take this transistor, yes, somebody else is now not going to be able to take that. If I take this fire canister, yes, somebody else is not going to be able to take that. Like this kind of stuff, if I pick this stuff up, yes, it's going to be gone. So just keep that in mind as well. But there's tons and tons and tons of resources laying out everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. Now, another thing is if you open chests. So some of these wrecks actually have chests at them. I was trying to find a thing that had a chest. We'll find one later. But chests are for everybody. So if you open a chest and you grab an item out of it, everybody can still grab the same item. It'll be like grayed out for you, but anybody else can come up and grab it. So obviously, go check chest. Hello, Carrotling. How are you? Let's scan you. Chests, yes. If you see one open, go grab it. You're not going to be taking anything from anybody else either. Now, what are we doing? We're scanning stuff. So we have a scan ability that is like a huge thing. Make sure you scan everything because as you scan stuff, you gain bytes. Bytes are needed to craft stuff, to unlock stuff, to buy stuff, all kinds of stuff. You get bytes. And you'll notice on these little dudes or on anything, there is a little circle in a box. Once I scan it, there's a check mark, which means you've already scanned it. So you can't gain bytes again. And depending on what you scan, depends on how many bytes you get. So you will have some research things that say, hey, go out and scan so many things, go out and do so many of these. So let's go ahead and let's toggle these. So I need to sedate boghounds, I need to scan null fields, and I need to hit creatures with the water hose, which I did not bring. I didn't bring the water hose with me, darn it. So I'm not gonna be able to do that one. Okay, let me go ahead and just switch that one out because I'm not gonna be able to do it right now. So we'll do this one. Now, sedating boghounds. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can find some boghounds. So if we open our map, there are little notifications, icons, things like that. So obviously this is a carrotling war bundle. There's going to be carrotlings over here. This is where a landing site. So this is where you're going to extract, because this is an extraction looter essentially. Organic oddities. So this is going to just have a whole bunch of organic stuff. So if you're looking for special plants and stuff like that, maybe come over here. We've got a field ops. So field ops are little events that you can do while you're planet side. So if I go over here, I can interact with it and I can do whatever and I get a reward from doing so. Here is a brutalith. I don't want a brutalith. I want boghounds. Okay, here, boghounds. Boghounds right there. So I'm going to go mark that and we're going to head over there. You know, didn't I get something for spindles or no? Did I not get spindles? I must not have. I thought I got one for spindles too. Darn. These are spindles right here. And in order to open them up, you have to throw like an edible food thing at them. So yeah. And anyways. All right. So here's our boghounds. Uh-oh, this is going to hurt. We're fine. Okay. So I have to sedate 3 boghounds. And then did I get one that also was scanned? No. Darn, man. I really wish I would have brought the water hose because I could have used the water hose to help sedate these things. All right. So we're going to go over here and I'm going to hopefully not die. I need to sedate these. All right. So in order to sedate things, you have to do so much damage to them and essentially get them tired. Ooh. Okay. Oh my gosh. They do so much damage. These things are nasty little critters. And I'm not going to be able to sedate that right now. Okay. Come on. Oh my gosh. Come on. I just need to be able to sedate one of you. Or I need to sedate 3 of you. It's hard to do when there's a large group. You know what? It might be better to try to get them to separate. Okay, there's one. Let's see. Can we get this one sedated? All right, we're going to sedate you. We got it. We're going to collect the boghound thing. Unfortunately, that one fell asleep in the water. It might die. And yeah, it might die. It is what it is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one. Excuse me, friend. Whoa, what the heck? You went like way away. Okay, he's coming back. He's coming back. We gotta get 3 of these. Okay, 1. Now, different creatures have like different like things that will help knock them out. I think boghounds are actually The little air blast actually works pretty good. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to collect this. So there's 2 of 3. All right, and then let's go ahead and get this last one over here. Come on, friend. Come on, friend. One more. There you go. And sedate. All right, collect the boghound tendril. Awesome. So we did that. Now, if for some reason you have a mission that says cull them, you can hit them with your terrain tool, and then they're gone forever. Now, when you cull them, obviously they can't wake up. I think they do have the ability to possibly wake up later. So, yeah, just keep an eye out for that. Okay, so we got that one done. We need to scan null fields. And we also need to scan demolition devices, which actually, this is a fantastic time for me to scan demolition devices. Because I know there's 2 that have a possibility of spawning. One of them is actually right there. I can see it. It's right there. The problem with this one is I can't ever get to it before it blows itself up. Okay, so that beep means we were targeted. But it means it's gonna blow itself up. I already know it. Because it's right up there. And like it always blows itself up. Let's see, is it right up there? Yes. Okay, see, we're targeted again. Don't blow yourself up, please. All right, you know what? Let's just dig up here. Might be faster. Okay, let's see. Is it still here? Nope, it blew itself up. It was right here. Darn it. It always blows itself up. All right, let's go ahead and must unbury here. Let's go ahead and get this chest. So this chest here, if you open this chest, collect Elysium data drive. Okay, I think that's a mission item. So, but somebody else could still come up here and grab that item, which is super nice. It's very nice that all this stuff is shared, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so here's, I believe these are these null fields? No, those are not null fields. Okay, we need to find null fields, and we also need to find 3 null fields, and we also need another demolition device, which actually I know there's a chance of a spawn right there. So we'll go check that one. And also I need health. There's a couple ways to get health. So you have Medimash, which is a item that you make and you bring it with you, and it's just like a med kit, right? You bring that with you. A well-prepared Astroneer probably always has Medimash on them. I am not a well-prepared Astroneer, so I do not have Medimash on me. However, there are a couple ways to heal not using Medimash. So one of the ways is actually this stuff right here. This is life fruit. So I can grab a couple of these off the tree, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring those out. Where's it at? Life fruit, bring this out, and I'm going to go ahead and activate, and that's going to heal me a little bit, as you can see. Now, there is another way, which is great if you can find them. So if you open your map, you can kind of find these. You're looking for blue water sources in the middle of the map. So for example, I'm heading over here. So right there, that dark blue water spot right there, that is a healing spa. That's a healing spa right there, I believe. That's a healing spa right there. Let's see, I don't see any other ones. So I'm actually going to go ahead and head to this one first. Because like I said, I believe there's a healing spa there. So we can go hop in some magical water and get all healed up. Yes, right here. So this is the healing spas. Sometimes there's a mission to get in one of these, but basically you just go and hop into this thing and you'll magically heal. Yes. Oh, it's wonderful. It's fantastic. Like I said, you can usually find those on the map by finding the blue water spots that are like randomly in. So like right now I can see it was sparkling, but like I know that's one. That is likely one. Sometimes they're harder to find, but yeah. So this right here is one of the field, the little field ops. So this one specifically is a creature wrangling. So what you're going to do is you're going to activate this. You're going to try to get as many creatures sedated in this area as you can. And depending on how many you get, depends on how much of a reward you get. I'm not going to do that one right now. No, thank you. I feel like that is definitely one that's better in a team. So, yeah. Oh, look at all that bauxite. Ooh. So much bauxite here. Also, a little fun thing too. You can actually mine resources by not mining the resource itself. So for example, let's say there was quartz up there, right? If I go through, this game actually has some physics in it. If I go through and I cut this piece of land out like this, it will actually break the entire land above it. To a point, there is a size limit. So for example, let's see if I grab this one and boop, it's all gone. If there was quartz in there, I would get all the quartz from that. Now, like I said, there is a size limit to that. So if you do that and it doesn't break, it's because it's too large. There's certain areas on this map that have much larger, or on this planet that have much larger things that you're going to want to break. I already know because I did them. I was breaking them myself when we had the test, and it was a lot of fun. But they were too big, so you have to like cut them down into size. But you can harvest resources that way too, so it's exciting. Okay, so this does not have... Darn, does not have the demolition device that I was looking for. Oh, this is a null field, actually. Yeah, here's the null fields. The null fields are these like dark purpley ones. So we just gotta scan those. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of this stuff. And then let's go... Oh, you guys are following me like a distance. Go away. Go away. Why are you following me so close? You ran like a long ways to get over here, buds. All right, well, we'll just sedate both of them. All right, so there's one. And here's the other one. Now, you'll notice there's a little thing that pops up with some things. Sleeper agent. So it's like that one said 7 more. So we'll talk about those as well. Because that is your sticker book, basically achievements. So let me go into here. Let me go into Astropedia. Is it Astropedia? No, it's not. It's under objectives. Okay, so sticker book. So loot and scoot. So loot and scoot. This is open 25 exocaches. These are your like little achievements in game. So the one we were just doing was the, where was it at? So those are exploration stickers. So we've got research stickers, scan do. Scan 200 more things, and we get some credits and some stuff like that. Where is... We just had the one... Sleeper agent right here. So 50 creatures sedated. But yeah, it's like a little achievement progress thing. You get rewards, you get some fun stuff. It's pretty cool. I think it's fun. I like it. Actually, if I scan 2 more things, I get... yeah, scan do researched level 4. Very cool. Okay, so those are the bog hounds. We're pretty familiar with them. Now, bog hounds also have a resource. So if you see these, like these things, these are actually bog hound nests. And if we scan it, you can see that it actually says, I think it'll say bog hound nest, right? Yeah, bog hound burrow. Now, if you open your scanner, you can see there's eggs in here. There's 1 egg right there. Now, when you grab this, the bog hounds are not going to be very happy about it. So be warned. But these are worth 10 organic apiece, and I'll tell you more about organic and stuff like that, like specifically organic. There's other stuff that is kind of cool too, but specifically organic. And then let's see, nothing there. Okay, cool. Oh, more null fields. Nice. This is exactly what I needed. There it is. We've completed that mission. Nice. So I think the only other missions that I have, the water hose, malfunctioning demolition devices, which unfortunately I think there's a chance for 2 per map, and I was not able to get them. Deliver Medimatch. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, no. Also, let me talk about bites too. I completely forgot about bites. So when you open your pause menu, if you go to your inventory or any screen, you'll notice on the lower left-hand side, you have a bite drive, and you also have how much time you have left for auction, because you only get 30 minutes. There's no way to refresh it. Once the timer runs out, you either have to be leaving or you're dead. So, but the bite drive. So the bite drive currently says 1,500. During the testing, I think it was 500 was max. But as you've noticed, the things that I'm scanning, I'm getting a little bit of bites here and there. So like that was 10 bites that I got. That was 15 bites. That was like 5 or something like that. Those are going to your bite drive. The bite drive is per mission, so I can only get 1,500 bites per mission max, which is a lot. Like 1,500 is a lot. Like a lot of times I come back with like 100. So Those are your bites. And again, bites are used for crafting, for smelting, for making stuff, all kinds of stuff. So scan what you can. It's worth it. Get it. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of resin in here. Very handy indeed. Do we have any brutalists nearby? Okay, we have a brutalist right here. I want to show you, since this is kind of like a tips and how-to and helping, you know, familiar with Starseeker. I want to show you the brutalists and how to interact with those as well. Carrotlings, they're really nothing. Sometimes carrotlings pop out of the ground with like explosive plants in their hands, so be careful. If you see carrotlings pop out of the ground and they're holding something, run away from them. They're not fun. But let's talk about these brutes, because these brutalists they're pretty brutal. They hit really hard. You'll see that's a brute right there. Hold on, let's go ahead and sneak over there. We'll scan this. So this is a brutalith, a very powerful thing. Now you'll notice this is a brutalith nest, and in the brutalith nest there is brutalith pellets. They're handy, they're worth stuff. You can get them. However, this nest is made of really, really hard material. An easy way to get these is by waking up the brutalith, standing on the other side, and having the brutalith attack its own nest, because it will eventually destroy its own nest and give you the. See, look at, there's some pellets right there. Are you not attacking me anymore? Hello, friend. Attack your nest. Thank you. There. See, now he broke all of his pellets, which is great. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to try to sedate it. And I'm going to tell you right now using the, oh, it is. It's down. Let's go. Sedate the brutalith. Can we get it? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh my gosh, we did it. We got it. And we're going to go ahead and collect the brutalith shard as well. Yay. Sweet, we got it. Now this stuff, I don't even know what this stuff's for yet. I honestly have no idea, but I'm going to scan it because I need the stuff. Ooh, okay. Here's another good little warning for you. Some of your resources, like this, this red resource right here, you're going to go up to it and you're like, oh, I'm going to grab all this. There are these things, goob tubers, and these kablooms that are mixed in with this. So what these are is a trap. So if you start mining it, what's going to happen? That thing's going to start jumping around. It's going to do that, and then it's going to explode. And it has a chance of setting off the other things as well. And they're not the most fun things in the world. And they slow you down, and they just become a problem. Also, the kablooms. I'll show you where's the kabloom. There's a kabloom right there. It's going to do exactly what I was talking about. And actually, that is what pops up with the carrotlings. I don't know why. Some carrotlings pop out of the ground and they have the kablooms in their hand. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Why are you doing this to me? But yeah, things can get very hectic in there very fast with things flying around, things exploding. Is there another kabloom in there somewhere? Oh yeah, it's right there. I'm actually surprised that kabloom didn't go off. Okay, it's going. Yep. And then a lot of times like that will open up other things. Yeah, it's a wonderful time. It's so fun. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, what else we got? So I'm trying to just kind of cover a little bit of everything as like, you know, just a general, hey, these are things to help you along the way. Oceans. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about oceans, shall we? So, let's see. Let's go. Okay, where's the close? Okay, there's a thing right here. Let's go this way. So obviously, Starseeker has a bunch of water. Lots of water. You can swim, right? It's amazing. You do have oxygen, kind of. It's more of a stamina bar than oxygen per se, but yes, you have it. So, oh, there's another. Oh, I don't need a null field though. Is that a? No, it's not a thing. I was like, is that a demolition device? So there are going to be items that you're going to need to like scan and get and stuff like that. One of them specifically, let's go and remove that, is going to be like a sea melon or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's called. You will have to go into the ocean to find it. So go out, explore the oceans. The oceans are beautiful. They're fun. You just need to keep an eye on your stamina. Once your stamina is low, just go to the surface and just hang out here for a second and it'll refill. It's basically acts as an oxygen bar. But there are currents that you can actually hop into. There's like air bubbles you can get. There's actually a lot of underwater stuff, which is really, really fun. Yeah, there's a current right there. You can see. We'll go play with that. Okay, we only have 5 minutes of oxygen, so we gotta be quick here. Yes, we have to be quick. Now, I haven't seen any enemies in the water, so you don't have to worry about like giant fish swimming up on you trying to eat you or anything. Okay. Now, one of the things you're gonna get a mission for to scan is gonna be this thing right here. This is a sea melon. That's what you're gonna need. It's that giant thing right there. That is what you're gonna need to scan. They're out in the water and they're in the deeper areas. It took me forever to find that thing. But yeah, don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Go in the water. Go explore. Go have fun. It's cool. It's neat. I love this. I love the water. It's really cool. But I gotta head back because I only have 5 minutes left of air. So now, as you can see, 30 minutes. 30 minutes sounds like a lot of time when you're playing inside. You're like, oh man, I got 30 minutes. Like that's a long time. No, it really isn't. All right, we've made it back here. Now, if you're running out of oxygen or whatever, as soon as you hit this, your ship lands within like 5 seconds. So it does take a second to get down here, but as soon as your ship actually lands, you will be reconnected to oxygen. So it says we have 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Boom. We are now connected to oxygen. Well, yes. See, we have a little oxygen tether. We still have a timer, but if you're like dying, as soon as your ship lands, I think you're okay. I think once your ship lands, you're good to go. So, and then we hit X to launch and we leave. So let's head back to the station. Let's go over what you do with the stuff you just got. And like I mentioned earlier about like organic. So organic's interesting. All right, we've arrived back at the station. We're waving to all of the people that are not here because we're alone and sad. All right, so we got our mission, little mission successful thing. Now, if your mission fails, you'll come out of a different room and you'll have like, it'll say like items lost. So this is all the stuff we got. We got a total of 245 bytes out of 1500, which is awesome that they increased it. That's nice. So we can do that. And then it will tell us, you know, what missions we completed, what, you know, stuff we got from it, what stickers we completed, anything else we did. Our current levels with all of our different people, if we got any, and then our overall character level. So I'm level 4 currently. But yeah, so now once you land, what I do ritualistically, and this probably isn't good, is I go through and I drop absolutely everything into my stash. Because right now, I imagine the stash probably has a limit, but like, I don't know. Once I hit it, I'll have an issue with it. But let's talk about selling resources and buying and organic specifically, because organic's one of those things like in Astroneer, organic's everywhere. You can get organic anywhere, right? Not exactly the same in Starseeker. So if you need carbon, which is, where's carbon at? Carbon. You need 3 organic. You're like, organic. Okay, I'll just go grab that. No, you won't. There, to my knowledge, and at this point in time, there's nothing planet side that gives you organic. Like you can't go around and just suck up the grass or the trees like you used to in Astroneer to get organic. You actually need to get stuff that's worth organic. So what do I mean by that? Those boghound eggs that I got, if we look at the very bottom, it says sells for 10 organic. That's really good because most things only sell for 1 organic. So if you grab some flowers or some random plants that you can pick up and bring those back, those are like 1 organic each. Boghound eggs are 10 organic. There's also another thing called root balls that are 5 organic, and there's one area that they'll spawn in. Those are super easy to get as well. You don't have to fight anything for them. But again, those are worth 1 organic. If you grab any life fruit or any hydro sacs and you come back with them, they wilt immediately, or they pop or wilt, and they're worth 1 organic as well. So let's say I need to sell that and I need the organic because I need to make carbon and I need organic. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna talk to you. Actually, I think I got the next level. Awesome. Collect rewards. And then I'm gonna go over to sell. Well, hold on. Yeah, you have to have it in your inventory, of course. So I'm gonna grab these boghound eggs. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna go grab these like life fruit and stuff. This wilted and popped life fruit. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna grab the boghound eggs. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna talk and I'm gonna sell these, and that's gonna be 10 organic, 20 organic, 30 organic, 40 organic. Fantastic. So that is where you can like do your buying and selling. Now, different people, I believe, have different items you can buy. So you can buy canisters, power regulators, stim pack, medimash for bytes. If you have like a mega ton of bytes that you just want to blow on something, or you can just craft it yourself. Now, I believe the people have different things that they can sell you.
Good to see you back in one piece.
Those are all the same items, so that is okay. So Cassandra and Science Officer, or Science Officer Cassandra and the Captain have the same items. Does JMBX have the same items currently?
At your service.
No. So JMBX has a disposable air blast, empty canister, a space ball, a party popper, a trampoline, all kinds of fun. JamBX is a jam. Jam is like, he's the fun one for sure. So yes, different things you can buy and sell. Now, the reason I didn't do the popped hydro sack is because there are some recipes that need some of those other items. So for example, I believe a water canister requires 2 popped hydro sacks, or the alternate version is empty canister and polymer. So yeah, but it requires a lot more polymer. Polymer and catalyst are resources that you cannot just go and find on the planet side, with the exception of crates and exo chests. So I typically do not like using consumables that require polymer or catalyst, because those are kind of a harder to find resource. So I don't usually use those if I don't have to. But yeah, a water canister, for example, needs popped hydro sack. So I'm not going to sell my popped hydro sack for organic because I need it for something else. And I believe there's some other things too that just require some like kind of random little things. Yeah, I think there's some other things that require, you know, planet side things as well. So, but there you go. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of information. That's an info dump for you. Hopefully this helped, and hopefully this clarifies some things for you. This is just stuff that I learned along the way of playing that, I mean, it's described to you and it's explained, but maybe seeing it is a little bit more helpful. I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know if these things helped you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Starseeker. We're going to be playing this. We're going to be back. We're going to be doing the things. Leave a comment. Let me know. Do you want more episodes of this, or do you want live streams? Because this is a different type of game. This isn't Astroneer where I can build a base and it's like, you know, progressive for me playing by myself. This is more of an extraction thing, so I'm not sure how episodes on this would work, but we might play with them in the future and see how it goes. But I think this will be probably a live streamed thing for me specifically, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm having a blast. Hopefully you are as well. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.